Welcome, everyone, to episode 11. Thanks for tuning back in. We are here on The Why, and today we have a gentleman, interesting enough, he has been in Darwin DJing and producing. He actually produces music, he mixes music, and you'll find him weekly at Discovery Darwin mixing behind the decks. We have a good friend of mine, and good to have him on the show. Cyril, welcome.
How we doing?
Yeah, good, man, good. Finally you're here, and
Yeah,
we're doing the Why, and we get to find out what you've been about and what are you doing.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, give us a bit of an intro on. I know I did a little bit of an intro, but if someone was to ask who you are in the street, what would you tell them?
Well, I tell them my name's Cyril.
Oh yeah, so not a common
Yeah,
name, not
no,
a common
no,
name.
not
Yeah.
at all. No, I actually it's funny. My pop he passed away 2 years before I was born, but his name was Cyril, and it was on the same day that I was born 2 years later. So they were
Interesting
like,
enough.
yeah.
Do you know my grandfather? His name was Cyril.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my grandfather's name was
I
Cyril.
think
My
it is the
dad's
last
dad.
generation sort of name, isn't it? I
Yeah,
don't hear it
yeah,
very
it's not a
often.
name. You don't.
No.
I think. Yeah, you're the only one apart from my
Yeah.
grandfather I know that is name's Cyril. So that's amazing. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, man, like I said, it's great to have you on the show. We had Zay on last time, who is a DJ, but a different type of DJ. We got he obviously does the Latin dancing, which is every DJ has their own style in the place. I mean, you obviously do the big beats up at Darwin's biggest nightclub, Discovery Nightclub,
Yeah.
which has been that's been going on 30 years. That place has been going on.
It's crazy, yeah. It's been there for so long. Actually, one of my good friends is a DJ, Razor.
Yeah.
He's been there. I remember him telling me about how it opened and stuff like that. And it's just been such a nuts sort of place. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I love it. I've never been happier as a DJ.
Yeah, yeah. So tell us about your DJing career, if you like. I mean, because when I I started doing work with you back when Six Tanks, you were
Yeah.
there, and I think you were then evolving into doing your own thing, and you were just sort of
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
But you've now evolved into your own, your own brand, and
Yeah.
that's very interesting and very inspiring actually for probably a lot of aspiring DJs
Yeah.
out there. So,
Mm.
so tell us, man, what did you do, and what do you find?
Yeah, well, like from a little country town. I didn't have much. I didn't have many people around me when I was a kid, so I didn't have much influence of like what sort of DJ I should be in that. So I had to try to take it on myself because I
Yep.
didn't have, I wasn't in a city, so I couldn't just like, walk down to the club and be like, hey, give me a gig. So I had to move away to Townsville, and I started DJing on an island. I had two mentors, and then that was back in, oh my god, I can't remember. It was like 8 or 9 years ago, or 17. So I was 7 years ago now. Yeah.
Wow, that's going
Yeah,
back.
it is. Yeah, and then but I've been DJing for about 12 years. I started when I was a kid and started. I used to chuck my own little parties. My dad would buy beers and that.
Hey, that's
For the
cool,
older
yeah.
people.
So you've had this aspiration for a while. You've wanted to
Yeah.
do it.
Well, it's the only thing I've always wanted to do. And then progressing through different places like New South Wales to Queensland and now to Darwin. And now I feel like I'm like, I've got the skills there ready to try to attack and try to go bigger and do tours and stuff hopefully one day.
Yeah, man. And I'm definitely seeing you, especially on social media. We were just talking before how you've got now over 100. What? How many?
I'm getting about 100,000 views on a video here.
That's
and then,
crazy.
so,
That is big reach,
Yeah.
man. That is really good. And you told me there was a particular style that was. It was a
yeah,
cringe
it's called
avatar.
cringe. Yeah,
Cringe.
100%. Yeah.
Tell everyone what that is again.
Basically, we see so much content where like you'll watch a video, but it's not really gonna go anywhere. So I might only get 20 views because it's not really out there. Like it's just a random video of some random scenery or someone doing a dance. So I was like, well, let's incorporate that stuff into me making the remix.
Yeah.
And then just be super silly and just completely out there.
I mean, that's what
Yeah.
gets attention now, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be cringy. It's
Yeah.
got to be a meme. I mean, I kind of do that in, not on purpose with Next Year. I've become quite a bit of a meme with some of the things I do
It's
with
just
gaming.
so fun. It's
Yeah, and that's that market you're going
Yeah.
for, right? The young,
Yeah.
the free spirited, the people that
yeah.
that like that stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to be. I didn't want to basically be controlled and try to be like fake. I wanted to be like, all right, this is who I am. I'm a bit different,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna zoom in on the places. So like, maybe I'll do something funny with my facial expression. Always do silly things. So then I'll like just zoom in on it when I'm editing. And,
Yeah.
Try
I've
to
seen that,
try
yeah.
to bring it out there.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And yeah, look, go check some of those out, everyone. If you are watching or listening, go check some of those out, and you'll see as cringy as they are, they do work and
They
they do get
work.
attention. Yeah,
The
comment.
remixes are good though. I hope.
Yeah. Make sure you listen to them too. He's doing some really good. Do you have any particular remixes you do? Like, what's sort of the style you go for there? What do you do?
Well, I've never really I've tried to always be really like not particular to one genre, you know. So like
Yeah.
one day I might just wake up and like today I'm gonna make an 80s beat. I'm just like I'm gonna make something like Take on Me, you know. Remember that
Right.
song? Yeah.
Interesting. So anything that you think sounds good.
Yeah, but I think the main preference at the moment is like bangers and stuff like Tech House and G House and
Yep.
yeah. But then I still try to. I think the other videos that are going really well, like the emotional sort of stuff. Where it's got a nice voice and a nice melody, and so I try to
Yep.
do more of them at the moment. But who knows? I'll just get inspired one day and then I'll
Yeah.
take it away.
Have you thought about working with local artists? I think actually you and I were going to do something back in the day. We were talking about it, but you know we always talk about ideas. Like I said with Zay, we're always talking about ideas.
Yeah,
and it's good to have
100%.
that, right? It's always good to throw those out. But have you thought about working with a local artist maybe?
Yeah, well, I've been. I'm trying to bring up some artists and stuff. So you know, like I've got DJs and stuff that I try to teach and stuff like that, and then I'll actually produce with them. So sometimes if I see that someone's interested, I'll you know, teach them how to produce a bit and then make a remix with them.
Yep.
And hopefully that works out for the best. But yeah, I really want to work with more artists and stuff, and I'm trying to get into making more R&B beats for a lot of rappers around here because there's so much talent in Darwin.
Absolutely.
So,
I've had a few actually come to my open mic nights.
Yeah.
And what they'll generally do is they'll put on a beat from YouTube. And actually, if you recall, this happened at Six Tanks a bit back in the day. We had a few come in and do a few little raps and a few rhymes.
So talented, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely having someone like a DJ come on and support and have a collaborative approach. I think is really cool.
Yeah.
It'd be like what they're doing over in the big players over in the States and Europe and that where they get together. Obviously, they got more money and more funds to do stuff. But hey, like it doesn't mean we can't do some things local. Do it the Darwin way.
100%. And I remember back when we were doing stuff at Karaoke Wednesdays. That was like you get singers in that just had an amazing voice, and it was just so cool to see like people coming in and doing that. Even at bar choir, like at the moment, like it's not happening at the moment, but when we do start a bar, it is actually happening. I'm wrong. But no, on bar choir, you get some really good singers. So like definitely in the dry when you get the backpackers up. Yeah. Wow, there are some great singers, and actually I've actually went over to a couple of them, like add me, and then like we can hopefully make something. But you know.
Yeah, it's tricky because some people like as you know, I do karaoke as well, and I see it all the time. How can we, give them? Because some people just do it for a bit of fun, right?
Yeah.
They get up for a bit of fun, but then they go and work. I mean, they may like their job. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with liking your job. But some of them don't like their job, and they got this talent that they can't branch out into. But imagine if there was a way.
Well, the music industry is so funny, isn't it? Because it's like, you know, you might want to show your talent and start getting gigs and stuff, but it's such a brutal industry, I think. Like, I love it to death, but there's been times where I've been so broke and so, like, I've been hungry sometimes, you know, but, like, I think it's such a hard industry and it's such a big change to try to take it on as a full-time gig. But I think, I think that there's singers that have other jobs, and they should do stuff through this weekends. And
I think I've been lucky only because obviously karaoke is a bit niche, and I've sort of capitalized on that.
But you've hustled so hard for it.
Karaoke. I've been through the karaoke trenches, believe me. But I think something we could both probably attest to is that if you find something and you can put your own, like branding, you've done that very well. I think you've really pushed hard, and respect to you for this. Thank because you. A lot of people don't. Sort of have that side of things. They don't understand the importance of personal branding. Yeah. Like your name, for instance. We were just talking about your name before, but you've actually branded that to be quite recognized in Darwin now. So that's really good. And the reason I was saying that is because, people need to do that more, to get themselves out there. Like, just get yourself out.
100. And I think for me, I just wanted to be myself, and I didn't want to try to, because I had another DJ now. It was actually Jack the Lad. I was really drunk when I made it, but I took that off, and I was like, you know what? Like, I used to get picked on at school and stuff for my name. I had always loved my name, anyways. I don't care what people think of it, and I don't really care what people think of me. I hope people like my remixes. Yeah, and I want people to like that about me. Like, I want to well, it's sort of funny. Like I don't care what people think, but I still think that obviously I want to.
Oh, you want to put a show on for them.
Yeah.
You want them to care, but you don't.
I want them
Yeah.
to care, but I don't want to. I don't ever want to try to change something about me.
Yeah.
Just to make people like I hope I can put myself out there as Cyril, and I'm a bit different, a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has their own way. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of a podcast and that about comedians. Like, there's a big thing about comedians now getting cancelled and things like that. But I mean, I guess I won't go into that because that's a different podcast discussion. But with music and comedy, they're subjective, right? People listen to and like music for what they want to get from it, the feeling they get, or could be any style as long as it sort of sounds good and connects with them. I guess that's what you sort of want to bring to people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want them to. I don't want to try to make them like me. That I think I want to just put out that remix and hope for the best. So I think I don't know how to.
But you're also a bit of a I've seen you on the decks out there. You like to be, you like to have fun. You like to sort of feel. You don't want to be this random dude. You still like to be life of the party, sort of.
I
You
love
are
to
a host.
perform. I love performing.
Yeah.
And I love hosting as well. I host the Saucy Sunday at UCHUC on Sundays.
It's great. Hey, you get to own the crowd. You get to be with the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that so much. And just doing up like a tray of wet pussy shots.
Yeah.
Great name for a shot. But just going around and seeing the look on people's face when they see a shot I'm giving them. I just love giving out to the people as a host. And it's
well,
so
I think
fun.
we've nailed your why. You like being a service to people in what you do and bringing
That's
that.
right.
You like getting that. Like giving something and then receiving it as well, sort of thing.
I love being entertaining, and I try to make people laugh as much as I can. I'm not really a comedian.
Yeah, you're a pretty funny guy, I tell you. Yeah, always has a laugh. Always have a laugh with this guy. He's just such a funny dude. So
Bit of an idiot.
nah, man. But look, so you've been in Darwin for what?
3
years.
You say
3 years now?
Yeah.
3 years. Wow, that's been a crazy 3 years, man.
Yeah, man. I can't believe it. It's been so inspiring, hey, because I went through such a bad stage before I came to Darwin where, I was homeless for a bit and stuff and on Struggle Street, and then went back home and my mum and my dad are amazing. But, I went out and worked on farm for a bit and I was like, you know what, I'm going to come to Darwin and I'm going to try to be a music teacher. So I done a quick course on I done my year 12 again because I didn't finish year 12.
Right.
So I was trying to become a DJ, So
was there a reason you didn't finish year 12?
Well, I just wanted to be a DJ, yeah.
Okay.
I literally, at 17, I went to Townsville and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay here and I'm going to try my best to be what I want to be. Stuff school, I thought, that's it. But then I go through these little stages in my life. Hey, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try this. So I've had so many jobs of being like a baker or a vinyl layer,
Yeah, you just done what you did to get by to sort of reach your
exactly.
thing. Yeah, I can entirely relate to that.
Just to grind and make that money and have somewhere to live while I'm trying to do my dream.
That's exactly. Yeah, I relate to that. Yeah.
But then when I got to Darwin, Townsville, when I got to Darwin, I finished the year 12 stuff and came up here and I was doing my music teaching. I'm like, my mum's like, you're definitely going to start DJing again. You're just going to start up. You've never been able to stop, And I'm like, nah, that's it, mum. I'm never going out again. I'm never touching a drink. I'm just going to work really hard and try to become a music teacher.
So this was 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago, yeah. Okay. Done my first year of uni. I'm like, you know what? And I just started going out here and then with a couple of friends and stuff. And, it looked like Opium needed a DJ. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to get back into it.
There you go,
it's the time, yeah.
Yeah, no, look, and you put so much into trying to get to that dream that you want that you can't help but go for it, right?
Well, this time's just been so different where I've had the opportunity of look, I loved being at Opium because of the opportunities I got given. I was a marketing manager, a booking manager, an entertainment manager, and also the head DJ. So that was so much fun to be able to. And I've had opportunities like that before, down in New South Wales, where I'm going to gigs and I'm marketing myself or marketing that weekend being there. But marketing on a venue just sort of gave me a new perspective on how clubs work and stuff. How to get out there. How do I get this club to recognise me? Because I've been in that. Being able to put myself in them shoes because I've had the experience is such. I think that's important.
Yeah, it's great. Having that experience in the industry definitely helps you get that. I can relate to that as well in what I've done. So, no, man, that's such a good story. And with Darwin, like you've said you've done stuff in other places. Would you think Darwin has its own uniqueness compared to everywhere else?
100%. And I think the other thing is getting to Discovery, like that has just set things off so high. I can't believe how lucky I am to be there and stuff like that. And actually looking at the
Awesome.
people there, like at Discovery, it is so different from being down in New South Wales, where like it's more like you sort of play your commercial TG stuff, but you also play like huge underground stuff where they don't know it at all, but they love it down there. Where up here, it's all about the sing-alongs. It's all about like like there's doofs and stuff like that. But in Discovery, it's like all about like you go hard at the end of the night. Like,
Yeah,
more like,
it's so different up here,
Yeah.
man. Like I've actually not experienced much of the clubbing scene down here because I've lived all my adult life
Yeah.
here in Darwin, but it has also evolved over the last 10 years. I mean, remember they used to have crazy nights at Discovery. This is back before even the current owners, I believe. They used to have like I won't say it on air here, but a theme night on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, TOT.
Just remember that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going back in the way days, man. I think that got canned for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think I
But-
think it's down now. Yeah. Oh, we have the wet tea comps on the Thursday, and that gets like crazy. I love it. It's absolutely
yeah.
nuts. I think I might even get into one on Thursday this week. I might even take my shirt off. I don't even.
You are wearing a white t-shirt right now, so
take it off.
yeah, no, those nights are so fun. So if you are into that sort of thing, be sure to head down. Discovery, just Darwin in general. There's lots of stuff going on. I mean,
so much.
I get involved with the Latin dance. That's my thing. I mean, Zay and I had actually a really good conversation about the difference between Latin dancing, clubbing versus Latin dancing scene and clubbing. Like they're sort of different, and it's like sort of oil mixed with water sometimes when you see like clubbing people going through and looking at these Latin dancers go, what the hell is going? And it's funny. It's just such a cool social experiment, man. Because I've sort of seen both of them.
Yeah.
But most people that walk in, they're like, whoa, they get it's just a different thing. I mean, it's just a different scene, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that there's different, I guess, reasons people go out to dance Latin because they want to dance and have fun that way. But there's people that want to go clubbing, and they obviously have their reasons for doing that. Correct?
I find it so funny. Hey, I'll be there like I'll walk through it and I'm like trying to go through, and they're like dance everywhere. I'm like, I'll go this way.
It's crazy, man. One advice I would say: don't walk through the dances.
No, I
try to walk around because, look, those especially salsa. If salsa's going, For those that don't know, salsa's probably the fastest one. If you hear the Latin dancing, it's the fastest one.
It's crazy.
But you get taken out in the middle of or get elbowed.
But it's such an art form, isn't it? Yeah, it's great. Like I try to get up to the DJ booth.
Form.
Like I might be on after Zay. Like he'll do the Latin stuff, and he's such a genuine dude. I love it.
Oh, Zay's awesome. He was on last episode, and he's just such a gentle spoken dude.
Yeah, such a good dude. I really have a lot of respect for him, mate. Like he's really cool.
Yeah.
And like his nights on Thursdays are crazy. And then sometimes I'll have to DJ after him, and when the Latin finishes and all.
Yeah.
And it's such a transition trying to go from the R&B and to the dance and stuff from Latin music.
Yeah, it is. It's so different, man. It's so different. But there's I guess there's the styles like the more rhythmic kizomba and all that. That sort of stuff. That's a bit more rhythmic, I guess, and you can sort of go into a bit more R&B stuff with that.
Well, yeah, that's right. And also I've got some Spanish sort of remixes. Like I've been finding like popular songs like Beyonce or like anything. I just remember Beyonce because my favorite salsa song is a remix. I always play it after Zay's played.
Yeah, there's a lot of remixes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I can go with that. But then still trying to go from that Latina music to the dancehall stuff. It's actually
it's different. It's different, and it's getting and because with that sort of audience. The dancers will sort of disappear. Some will stay around and sort of blend in, but others will sort of just go away.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, they just go and chill.
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's good. Everything has its place, and that's a really good formula that works on the Thursday nights there.
I think the dancing stuff is such a good thing for mental health as well. I think that's a great thing to do through the week.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you need a hobby, like why not?
Yeah, well, it teaches. As Zay and I spoke about on the last podcast, teaches a lot of etiquette with dancing. I think with that sort of dance, actually knowing the difference between sensual and sexual. That's something I think guys need to all
Yeah,
learn
100%.
because that actually teaches you, I guess best practice
Yeah.
and knowing how to make someone, how to stimulate someone's senses,
Yeah.
give them a good time without
Going
wanting,
for that. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
100%.
it's
Yeah.
that's what it's all about, and you can actually develop really good connections with people that
Yeah.
way without, and you build
Expecting
that
something
trust
else.
too in this, and
Yeah.
I think that's why it's such a trusting scene as well, the Latin scene, because
Yeah.
everyone knows each other and like wow, they're
Yeah.
hugging each other and
Yeah. Well, I think connecting with the other opposite sex as well, like like being there and not expecting anything of like we're going to dance together tonight, but, like it's not,
it's something I think it needs in the clubbing scene, but it
Yeah.
is really hard. It
Well,
is
that's
really
right.
tricky.
Well, the thing is, the clubbing scene, like most people are going out to pick up,
Yeah.
Like, well, not most, but most people that are getting in there and having a dance, they're pretty keen on trying to. But it is more the males trying to. Sometimes, I don't know.
It's a tricky. It's an interesting subject, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I mean I go and I mean I'm matured a bit now. I'm not a spring chicken.
Yeah, I know. So funny.
Anyway, the things you say on podcasts. But you know what I mean, everyone. But I'm not a young man anymore. I'm more of like in the middle.
Yeah.
So you get to experience like what's sort of. Yeah, I walk in sometimes. I'm like, oh, these young guys, man. Like,
man.
What are they doing?
That's the other problem is that like, I've never really had that chance of being like, all right, let's go out this weekend. It's always been pretty much, I'm going to go out to DJ. So I've there's been, obviously I've had weekends where I've went out and had a drink, but I haven't been the one to like go out every weekend and, try to pick up every weekend. I don't, it's just not what I want to try to do. So
or even just get blind and just
No,
ridiculously
that's right,
like drunk for no reason.
I have had nights where I've done that.
Oh yeah, look.
But I to do that 4 times a week.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy.
I'm DJing 4 nights a week, so I don't really want to get drunk every night.
And you wouldn't want to know what buttons to press. You'd be like,
yeah. Oh, but actually, I think I press them a lot more, to be honest. Start scratching way too much.
Yeah. No, look, it's an interesting scene, and it's definitely a social experience walking in there. And hey, look, all I can say is just whatever you do, just be safe and treat each other properly because I mean, it gets a bit too alpha in there sometimes. I just walked in there the other day, and some guy just walked up to me straight away and just looked straight in and then walked around me. Like I was like, what? Yeah. What's this guy on about? And just because I was another guy.
Yeah, 100%.
And
there are some people here, and I think the most people in Darwin are pretty friendly and stuff, but you still have that group of people like they go out just to try to start something and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's everywhere you go. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like, why can't we just love each other, I just think
I think it needs to be some sort of message needs to be. It's hard to do that in a club though. Like, what do? Wave a flag and go, love each other, everyone. You can't really do that. Like, you can't be
crazy.
I mean, that's why. And that's another reason why I sort of turned to the Latin side because I can go up to all the guys there. I can shake their hand and they'll be like, hey man, how you doing? Some of them even like hug you. These are guys, and you don't really see that in. Well, I mean, your bros, you hug your bros, right? But
in the DJ and entertainment scene, like. I think like we get a little bit too gay like when we're drunk. We love it. Like just love each other that much.
Yeah.
It's not like, not a bad thing. Like we just love each other. It's cool.
You respect each other highly and it goes beyond that friendship sometimes.
Yeah. I used to do cage fighting and stuff, but I've never even thought about trying to have a fight in the club. Like, I just couldn't think of anything worse, to be honest with you.
Well, there's so many I guess risks, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like if you slip if you make that hit, not only obviously you get liable for a lawsuit, but also there's just so many things that can go wrong, right?
Well,
like
I've seen it ends of nights. Not recently, like this is a couple of years ago, but I remember seeing this guy. He got hit and his head got it hit on the corner of the metal. So like there's like staging like here. I'm trying to get in the camera, but it goes like this and it's like pointing in here. He smashed his head, like just blood went everywhere. I thought the guy nearly died. It was like traumatic. I was like, I can't believe this. Yeah. This wasn't in Darwin, but that was crazy.
That's insane.
Nuts.
But not only that, I mean, from our perspective, I mean, we're professionals, right? We are hosts, and it could have. And I have this happen with karaoke too. Like you want to, like some people, you just want to be like, why'd you drop that mic, or like be so disrespectful, and you feel like just
Yeah,
taking matters into your own
100.
hands. But
Well, yeah.
and some get a bit rowdy and
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I definitely get annoyed.
Yeah.
I think when people get up and try to get up on the stage and they're trying to, you know, in Discovery, for instance, like, it's a main room. It's like, like you got a stage, you got 500 to 1,000 people in front of you, and people are trying to come up and ask for a request or try to hit the jog wheel or something. I think I'm already like heightened enough. I'm trying to hold a whole room of people here. Like, I really don't need someone.
Your senses do go higher, I think,
Very,
and I find that with karaoke as well. When you're getting names, it's a busy night. You're getting names, you're putting them down. You're trying to run the show. You're trying to make sure everyone's having a good time. You're sort of looking out to the crowd because you don't just. I'm pretty sure you do this too, but you're sort of you're working the crowd. Like you're looking at the crowd.
That's exactly.
You're
my
not just
job,
looking at. You're not just looking at what you're doing. You're going, all right. Those guys having to get to this bar. Bar churning over, like everything's vibing. Like,
I'm never thinking in my head, what do I want to hear right now? I'm looking at the crowd and like, all right, I just played. Let's just say Titanium by David Guetta, I think it's by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope I got that right. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, so Titanium, that song's huge. But if that song goes off for the night, I might follow it along with like "Don't You Worry, Child" by Swedish House Mafia or something. So you try to pick that music that you can see that the crowd's really vibing.
Yeah.
Or you might see you're at like 130 BPM, where like that's like a boom boom, but house music.
Yeah.
But then you see they're like getting a bit bored and they're looking around and stuff like that. So you've got to drop it because you've been up for so long. You need to drop it down to that R&B.
Yeah.
And bring it down to that 98 BPM, the slower sort of stuff. Like teach me how to Dougie or something like that.
That's cool. And I guess I was actually going to ask you that. What tips and advice do you have for new DJs coming in? That's some good advice right there. So, and you said you had some mentors and things like that. Yeah. And that's, it's good.
Yeah. I remember it was such a funny, I love the story of how I became a DJ because I just remember like going from such a little country town of 50 people and going to Townsville and, I never was in a city, so it was such a big thing for me. And then I went to this island, I remember, I was 17. And I remember this guy, he said, like Carlos, his name was, and he was like, yeah, like jump on and stuff like that. And they were like, oh, do you want like a vodka slush? And I'm like, oh, I'm only 17. And he's like, just don't tell anyone that. Just like, chilly, don't drink, just DJ and you'll be fine. But then the other DJ got jealous because I think it was like maybe his time to play or something. So he went to the manager and told the manager, and like, so I had to wait another 5 months. I get that I was in the wrong. I didn't know that you had to be overage. They didn't express that to me. So I was like thinking, oh, sweet, I'll just go DJ there. But so 5 months before I was 18, Carlos was like, stuff that guy. Like, come with me to my house on Thursday, every Thursday, and practice. And
so it led to an opportunity.
Yeah, he used to just, he was like a great guy, pretty wealthy, like had a nice house, and then he had the granny flat at the back with like pool table, decks and everything. Yeah. And he taught me and stuff like that. And then my other one, Jason, he started like helping me when I was actually DJing on the island. So
cool.
By the time I was 18, I was heading to an island most weekends to party, and that's where I turned 18 and I had my 18th. I think the weekend before I was 18, Bombs Away. Oh no, the weekend after I was 18, Bombs Away played at the festival, and I got a backstage pass. I was drinking with Bombs Away, 18, fresh on the scene, and I was like, if this is how it is, like this is what I want to do.
Yeah. Sort of decided then.
Bombs Away were like the big thing back then. They were like the main parties of Australia.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Nah, look, that's really good. And I think with that said as well, it goes to show how important it is as an entrepreneur or someone that's going for something, and how open we need to be with always being teachable and always learning 100%. New things. I mean,
I'm learning every day still.
Yeah, we still got to learn every day, and you got to have that mindset, because if you have a closed mindset, you're never going to you think I know everything.
And that's the thing. Every weekend I still come in with the headspace of like, I'm not that good. I need to really prove myself this weekend to try to get to that good. But I never can reach that goal of how good I want to be. So I think that's very important, Yeah. I know that every weekend I go in the main set with the mindset of like, I need to kill it in this set. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm probably going to get fired. Which I'd have to do something really bad for me to be fired. Like, they love me and I love them.
Is it that brutal?
To be fired? No, they'd never do it. But I like to have that mindset, because then it puts me on that edge of like, I need to like really kill it. I need to really do a good set, and it's probably not a good thing. And the managers know I'm like that, and they're like, "Why do you think like that? Well, it'd be really hard for you to get fired." Like,
Yeah.
you know. So
But you sort of have that. Yeah, that sort of drives you.
it's just,
You want to.
that's
You
my
want to.
drive.
You want to.
Yeah,
You want to
I,
be the best you can be.
I want to always be the best I can be, and
It's good.
if that means I have to think I'm going to get fired to kill it, I don't know.
Life's
I
on
have
the
a
line,
weird
man.
mind. Yeah, I love the drive. I love just.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is like I've got that set of the night where I'm like I'll get like a main set. I'm like, or even like an 11:30 set. I'm like, this set, I want people to talk about it when they go to kick-ons tonight.
That's a good mindset
So I
to
think
have. Yeah.
that's a huge thing for me as well. Like
Yeah.
I have many things that I like think through my head, but yeah, I think through the week I always just want to do that set where it's like they go home or like it's not even just the music that I get.
Mm.
It's like the skills that I try to use. Like I
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to every week I try to think of something that's like, and sometimes I stuff it up. Sometimes I'm
Yep.
like, oh shit, I should have done something better. But like when I do kill it, and I hear the crowd go, oh, like they all go like, it's not a woo, it's like an wow. I love that wow factor.
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
Yep.
and I
You
think
wanna
that's
get that.
yeah, and
Definitely
that,
important.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, I like to just put that performance out there that they're gonna go home in the morning. Oh, they're gonna go home in that early morning, and then you're gonna be like, Cyril was crazy tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want, man. That is such a good. It comes down to the connection. The difference between just doing something and having that connection with people,
Yeah.
and your way of connecting with people is through your art, what you do,
Yeah.
and what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that set. There's so much more work that goes into, being that DJ that people want to see. Is that I think every week I have a code to get free entry and $7 drinks. So I'm like, I try to message everyone and try to write something in there and be like, hope you have a good day, or like enjoy the code. Let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Like promote something that, like try to be their friend, and the people that come there and do get my code, they're amazing. They're so cool.
Yep.
And I just want to know them, and I want them to know me as much as possible.
So you're networking as well indirectly through that, right? So you're building your network, you're building your likes,
always,
and people like
always.
tuning in, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's good, man. Nice little nice growth there and everything.
Yeah.
I've just seen you explode in the last 12 months or so, just full on, bro. Like it's just been really
discovery,
good to see.
man. Discovery, and the managers there, just crazy. And the people, like the team that we have there, is just, I've never had anything like it.
Yeah.
Like there's so much, I think in the DJ scene, there's so much negativity. There is like, there's certain clubs. I think, like, to be honest, I've never worked for a club like this. As a team we do. Like we have dinners, we do things together, and it's like we're a family.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
But then you've got like down in south, it's like the competitive aspect of it, like, oh, I need to kill it better than the other guy that's jumping on next. They're like, they don't see it as a team.
Yeah.
And I know there are clubs out there that do have that possibility, but I just haven't seen that before until now, like properly.
You think it's a bit more competitive down there in terms of the club?
Very,
yeah,
very, because there's so many DJs down south, and up here, there's like probably 10 really good DJs up here.
Yeah,
it's not a place that has many DJs, So I think every good DJ actually gets gigs every weekend.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's also similar in the music scene. I've seen there's a lot of really high talented artists out there doing it. I mean, I've been asked personally myself if I can get out there and start gigging, but I've sort of combined my gig with karaoke. I just perform at karaoke.
There's so much going on.
And also, I'm doing so many things. But I would love to do that and finding ways to do that. But I guess it is a competitive scene. Music very. And just the music scene in general, DJ scene. Yeah,
it's just crazy, isn't it? The scene, I think the producing scene as well, like being a music producer and trying to get people listening to music. At the start, it's so hard.
Yep.
But I think after DJing for so long and making the connections first, and the thing is of like what's that saying? It's like it's not really about the talent. It's about who you know, not what you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah,
I say that all the time. I can't even think of it. I'm going mad.
Yeah,
it's the mic, man. It's put me off.
They sound so good, don't they?
Oh, they do. They sound so good. I've never heard my voice better. Can I keep this? Or?
Yeah, no, these are great mics. You can have this voice recorded. Yeah. You'll be able to listen to it over and over. Your voice and my voice.
Love it
on Spotify.
Yeah.
No, like
just before I'm going to sleep.
Subliminal
Yeah,
messages there.
just calm myself.
Fun times. So yeah, producing, man. You've done some producing.
Yeah.
Have you got what's your thoughts there? Are you looking to make some albums? You're looking to do some
100%.
EPs?
Well, I've
Where
been
you at with it?
producing longer than DJing. So I started playing guitar when I was 2 years old.
Yep.
I started getting like instruments, and then by 7 I was on stage. By 7, I played a song. I got booed. To be honest, couldn't play the strings properly and stuff like that.
You don't progress if you don't get booed, man.
I don't mind, but I didn't care. I was like so happy to be on that stage. Where I was like, old drunk man out in the country. Like this place has one house, and literally you will not see a city for like 6 hours. I'm talking. This is like the heart. It's called Tilpa.
Wow.
I love Tilpa. It's amazing. My godmother and godfather, they had the pub out there, and I remember that. Yeah, we went out there for a bit and used to go camping and stuff, and get heaps of yabbies and yellow belly and cod.
Nice.
But yeah, but with the music scene, I'm going off topic a bit, aren't I?
That's fine, man. It's all
I don't
good. All
mind.
good.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Producing scene, because I've done it for so long, and from 2 years old, playing guitar, the drums, the piano, saxophone, like little bits of that. Not really good at
A
saxophone.
bit of a musical repertoire you got there, man.
Like drums, piano, guitar, and bass guitar are my main instruments. And I want to show it. I just want to show what I can do, and I've made so many songs on the guitar where I like chord progressions and stuff, but I think the biggest thing is like because of the music scene, how it is, like originals don't sell that well. It's like if you're a guitarist and you've got a mic and you've got a guitar and you post that on TikTok, that's great. But as a music producer, I think it's so much harder to network and build a following, because most music producers are just that guy that are on that computer every day. They don't really care about the marketing side. They want to push the tracks, and that's what they want first. So like, everyone should know my talent. Everyone should see that first.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's wrong. That's the wrongest thing about it, is like you don't deserve anything really. Like you've made a talent for sure. I don't deserve anything, but you need to grab it. It's not a privilege to be able to be noticed for your talent. It's a whole thing of like you need to work like hard. You
have to find it. Well, yeah, and it comes down to again finding a way that people can connect with.
Yeah.
And making think of like just any marketing strategy that works. All those marketing things that you see out there that go viral.
Yeah.
I always look at something like a song or a viral, anything viral. But what I always think,
it just sticks in your head. It's
what made that go viral?
Yeah.
I always think about that. What is it that made that?
It's been out there. Hey, it's like there's so many different parts of marketing. You can be a funny guy. And you can be a relatable guy. Like a funny guy will like maybe you look at these guys named Marty and Michael. They're like jackass sort of thing. They like hurt each other and stuff like that. And it's amazing, so funny. Everyone's like, wow. So to have that aspect of like that funny and like it sticks in your brain.
I watch the guys over in the Gold Coast. They're called Making Memories.
Shami.
So those guys on Facebook.
So funny.
Yeah, it's just funny with this little pranks they do on each other and everything. But
that's Marty and Michael as well. But Marty and Michael take it to that new level.
Oh, Marty and Michael. Yeah, he's the Marty and Michael.
Them two guys. So they actually they put up the interview when they interviewed Jackass last week, and they were doing some weird stuff. That like he did something in the cup that was
very gross. Yeah,
very gross. But it stuck in my mind.
Even the Jackass guys were like.
It was out there. They probably do that, but they're like, it's out there.
That's out there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyways, where I was going with that is that like you use that marketing of like it's either that out there sort of stuff or you're doing that cringe sort of stuff where it's like you get that feeling of cringes where it's like I like this, but I don't know why. But it's like a little bit cringe. I'd never do this. I think the never do this part, I'd never film this part is important. Yeah. So many things that people would never do has been filmed.
It's like this podcast. I mean, this podcast is being filmed and it's also going to audio as well.
It's going so well.
And I've done that as a means to try and, just to sort of see where it was going because I was like, is going to people listen to it more? It's sort of on a bit even at the moment. Yeah. But it depends on the subject as well because I'm looking at podcasts and it's really good because I get to see what connects with people that are listening to like their friends, like your friends are going to be watching this or listening to this, and I want to see their reactions. And then I had a gentleman, Christo. I think it was episode 7. Wow, it seems so long ago, but it was only. But shout out to Christo doing some great charity work. But he was actually from Sydney, from down south, and he does contemporary ballet dancing.
Yeah, wow.
Now, this YouTube video, you'll see it on YouTube if you are watching it. Go see how many views it's got. Over 120 views.
Wow.
And it's gone international.
Oh, sweet.
And people are commenting on the chat going, oh, I'd love to visit Darwin and everything like that. It's just great to hear that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, Darwin has so much potential up here, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you look...
Perfect example right in front of me.
Yeah.
A guy that's made it as a DJ from the little towns that he's been talking about. It's just such a good story, man. So
I don't think I've made it yet. I think I've got a lot further to...
Oh, we all do, yeah.
I think, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's nice because I'm starting to make some money with it. But,
that's good.
I've been broke for a long time. I'm looking forward to making some money now. I think that's the most important thing.
It's been fun, Cyril.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show today, man.
Thanks
It's been such a pleasure. Look, if you want to find out what Cyril's up to, you will see him, like I said, at Discovery Nightclub on what nights?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and also U-Shack on Sunday as well for the pool party.
There you go. So you won't miss him. He's definitely out there doing his thing. You can check him out on Facebook, Twitter. No, not Twitter. Facebook, TikTok.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. Check him out.
And SoundCloud, of CYRIL.
CYRIL.
Yeah, CYRIL. Yeah.
That's it. No worries. All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll see you next time on the Why. Catch you around.
Catch ya. Thank you.